And this is my turnoff. I marked this little path going back to my secret hideout. These two branches laid across here is a signal for the turnoff, which is easily missed. I use branches going parallel to my intended trail as markers. This log can be walked across to keep the path from becoming evident for a secret hideaway. And this is what I call the wall. It's a little bit of an overhang. And I found that during heavy rains, there's a dry spot right under it. And that's where I intend to make a fire and check the temperature differences as it reflects off this wall. Henry David Thoreau said that food, shelter, and clothing will just about keeping the body warm. And so, if you can do that, those other needs are diminished. In previous explorations, I found that the wind will come down along this wall and sweep through here where I would intend to sleep. So I built this little shelter from the wind. All it is a wind block. In spite of the fact that we're reaching near rain levels, I'm going to clear away all the leaves here and dig a little pit for my intended fire. We've got a lot of leaves here on the top of the ground, and I would hate to start a fire in these woods. So with this stick, I'm just going to start digging away a little base. Now this is going to be wet, so I'm going to want to lay down some dry wood before I start my fire on top of it. Otherwise, this moisture would just eat away at my fire. There's a lot of roots and stuff here. Okay. Now when I go on a bushwhack or an adventure, I bring along a backpack with a poncho, a Forest Service map and compass of the area I'm exploring, candles, matches, and cigarette lighters, and a Ziploc. I have my fire starter, which is magnesium, and a temperature knife here. And right now is about 45 degrees, if you can read that. We're going to see what this fire is going to do for us here against this wall. I bring a can along just in case I would have to pick up some water. It's just a can that had tomatoes in it. Now here's my fireplace. I've dug it out. I've got some dry twigs on top of a rock because it's moist in there, and I don't want my fire starter and my flame to get all wet with this moisture. In this bag is 2 cotton balls with some petroleum in it. That makes a great fire starter. One problem people sometimes have in getting a good fire going is they suffocate it with too much fuel. What you want to do is add things gradually, get a good flame. Anything that's a little bit wet, put towards the outside, and as it dries out you can tuck it into the fire. And then that way you won't put your fire out by adding too much moisture or suffocation. Now, as I wait for this fire to get going and warm up the area, I'm going to prepare a bed by putting my leaves down, picking out the stones, the rocks. If I had to spend the night here, I'd want a nice, good layer of leaves for insulation. Now my thermometer says it's about 50 degrees back here, so it's warmed up a few degrees, and just to show you what my fire is doing here, I got these long pieces that were kind of wet, and I put them in so that as the middle burns, I can just push them in like this. And during the night, you could do that too. And over here, I've got some small stuff That's pretty dry in case it goes down, I fall asleep and it goes down, I have to quick build it up. I got some bigger stuff, and some of it's a little bit wet. So what I'll do is put it in there so it can dry towards the edges, and then we'll add it as we go. I like to keep something green as a poker. You stir up the fire. You don't want to get this fire too big because if the wind picks up, we got a lot of dry leaves and dry wood on the surface. It's been raining a bunch, but we don't want anything to get away from us. So when we've pulled the leaves back 3 feet on all sides, and we've built up a nice bed of leaves here. Now if I was going to spend the night, I would lay out my poncho and cover these leaves up. But we've sifted through all this, and everything that's burnable, twigs, is pulled out. So it'll be a nice, comfortable little bed tonight. By keeping it small, you keep it contained. You won't run out of fuel. And you'll be able to put it out easily when you get ready to leave. Make sure you douse it good with water and check it. Stir the coals so you don't end up with a forest fire.